Hi there guys, and welcome to my channel. For those of you who are new, who don't know me, my name is Loise. Warm welcome to you. And for my returning subscribers, my day ones, guys, thank you for spending some time with your girl Loise. Ladies and gentlemen, I have the last of the Poundland Christmas series for you today. And the reason why I'm bringing you this, because you know when you just get to that point, you know, it's not long left to go, and all of a sudden you haven't got a present for somebody, you've actually forgotten to buy a present, or someone's giving you something and you're thinking, oh my gosh, I didn't get that person something, I didn't think I was going to get it. Or you've just been so busy, everything's caught up with you, and you just need to get some last minute presents. Well, I've brought you some DIYs from Poundland where you can make up, they're quite inexpensive, you can do them quickly, and also if you're on a budget, these are perfect for you. So stay tuned, see what I brought you today, and drop a comment down below and tell me what you think. Have you guys got any last minute DIYs to do, or have you got all your presents? Are you just organised? Unlike your girl, Loise, who is kind of organised, but you know what? At least this way, if you need to run out and do a few bits and pieces, you've got some ideas of what you can possibly buy. So stay tuned and see what I've got for you in store. So for this chocolate wreath, you're going to need a miniature polystyrene wreath, a bow. You're also going to need a thick sellotape as well, and also a variety of miniature sweets and chocolates. Now with the wreath, we're going to be working with the flat side of the surface, so make sure the flat side is actually facing you upwards. So next we need to create a sticky surface on the wreath and around the wreath. So what you need to do is take your sellotape and almost use it in reverse. What you're going to do is wrap the sellotape around the wreath, but the sticky side has got to be facing you. The sticky side has got to be where your hands are. So instead of you normally wrapping it around something like you would normally do, you reverse it and the sticky side should be upwards towards you. So as you're wrapping it around, it does become sticky and it can be a little bit awkward, but keep with it, persevere, and just keep wrapping and keep going around the wreath. This way you create a surface that you can stick your sweets to that is sticky and pliable. So you continue to wrap and wrap and wrap. It will take you not so long, guys. You'll get the hang of it once you keep wrapping, but you keep going around until you've created that sticky surface. So your wreath is completely wrapped, and now it's time to start adding the sweets to the surface of the wreath. Now what you may want to do is practice on the table maybe beforehand, probably do like a pattern and see what you like, and then you can actually just replicate that onto your wreath and start building it. So what I did, I actually decided to go for a crunchy kind of style, and I used miniature crunchies and started to place them around the wreath in a way that looks like a complete circle and looks even. So I decided to use 5 mini crunchies, place them sort of equally around the wreath to kind of start the dimension with. But it's best to use these sort of the bigger ones first so that you can take up as much space as possible. From there I start to put the slightly smaller mini sweets in between the larger sweets. Again, you're trying to fill space, so you're going around and creating it in the way that looks kind of even and evenly distributed. One thing I would say though to you is to just pull the sweets, you know, kind of stretch the packets so that they look more kind of flat out on the wreath. You don't want them all wrinkly. Stretch them out and pull them a little bit. And once you've done all that, you just go in between with smaller sweets like your little packet sweets, and you start to then build your wreath. You then start to fill in the gaps and put the sweets in the desired areas where you want to sort of plug any gaps. As you can see guys, I've continued to add my little chews in between where there's some gaps. Continue to sort of fill them in so that you've got hardly any of the reef showing underneath. The great thing about it that you've used sellotape, so it is pliable. You can then keep moving it. If you don't like the way it looks or it looks a bit funny to you, you then just remove it, start again and keep filling it until your reef becomes complete. Now I've still got some of the larger bars of sweets left, so what I do, I go around the outside of the reef and then I start to plug around the edging. So if you just stick it on the outside there, going around in a circle, you then complete the outside of your reef, making it completely filled with chocolates. And as you can see here, I'm probably unhappy with the way it looks, so I go back, I plug again, I move things around, but you keep doing this until you get the desired effect. So once I've finished adding all the chocolates to the reef and I've got my desired effect, I will then add the bow just to complete it and let it look like a beautiful chocolate reef present. And here we're making delicious chocolate chip cookies in a jar. So you need some sugar, some flour, some chocolate chips, and also a plain jar, and also some ribbon to dress it as well. So we start by filling our clean empty jar with 225 grams of plain or all-purpose flour. Now as you can see, I haven't got a great steady hand guys, and I should have used a smaller spoon really, but just continue to fill the jar. I mean, this jar you can currently get in Poundland at the moment, or just use any suitable jar that you may have at home. So continue to fill the jar with all the flour. And as we continue to build our cookies in a jar, you then add the light brown sugar, and that will be your next layer that you would then add into your jar. So keep spooning it in, have a steady hand unlike me guys, but you know, just keep spooning it in so it's equally distributed across as the next layer. Now the third and final layer to add to your cookies in a jar is a mixture. Now you can either use chocolate chip cookies and a mixture of Smarties, or just chocolate chip cookies on their own, entirely up to you, but in total it should weigh at 200 grams, so 100 grams each of chocolate chip cookies and Smarties, but whichever way you work it guys, it must be 200 grams in total of your bits going on the third layer. And once you've added all your ingredients guys, give it a bit of a shake and then pop on the lid, and you're good to go in terms of all your ingredients and now in your jar. So next guys, grab the ribbon of your choice and cut a good amount of ribbon to go around your jar and to make your bow. So what I did, I first then measured around the neck of the jar to see how much ribbon it would take to actually go around the neck. From there, I then took it away, and with the remainder of the length of the ribbon, you then start to fold it backwards and forwards to make a bow. Now you can make a bow with 3 laps on it, a bow with 2 laps. It's entirely up to you how you want to do it. I just made as many laps that could fit out of the length that I cut, so the choice is yours. I kind of decided to go with 3 bows, guys. Like the way that it kind of looked. And then from there I thought, okay, I'm happy with 3 bows. So I will then kind of begin to piece them together with my 2 fingers, and then the remainder of the ribbon sort of wrap it around the middle of the bow. And then that way you're creating the stable part of the bow. This is where you'd actually stick it onto the jar, but also this is where it holds your pleats together for your bow. So using a bit of hot glue, I will then, when I come to the end of it, I will then actually stick the end of it down, and that will then secure my bow. Once I have secured my bow, I will take the other end of the ribbon, use a bit of hot glue, and actually stick that end to the rim of the jar, then wrap the bow around it and secure it tightly. Now you keep pulling it until you actually can get some good pull on it and it actually fits in place tightly. Use your hot glue to then secure the bow at the other end and then stick it down, and that way you've got your bow that's totally in place. You can then continue to decorate your jar as much or as little as you want. Now I've got some sprigs of holly, which is also from Poundland, and you can just pop that in to make it look all festive and Christmassy, and then just add other things to it to make it look a bit more dressed up, like another little Christmas bow on top. Entirely up to you how you want to do it. Also, to add the finishing touches to it, what I actually did is wrote up a little gift card, which you also can get from Poundland, and on one side I wrote my message, and on the other side I'm actually going to write the recipe of how to do it, how to make your chocolate chip Christmas cookies. And also what they're going to need to add to this ingredients as well is 150 grams of salted butter, and also 1 large egg, and if they want to, half a teaspoon of bicarbonate of soda and a quarter teaspoon of salt. You then want to add your card to the jar, and these are little bottle tags that I had from Poundland as well. I just use that to secure the card onto the jar, and here we have, voila, Christmas cookies in a jar. So guys, I hope you enjoyed the last minute Poundland DIY gifts that I've brought you. And guys, they're quick, inexpensive, and great to make. So until next time, I will see you on the next video. Until then guys, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you real soon. Take care guys. Bye.